Good morning, everybody. You don't mind if I open up my jacket and show off my gold medal tie, do you? Woo! Had to be. This is my family. I couldn't have gotten through this. My family could not have gotten through this with a total team effort. My youngest son, Matt, senior in college, and his roommate, Lucas, big-time support for Lucas for my family, and Matt away at college. My son, Eddie, you probably saw him on TV. He's a celebrity. He was at the Olympics the whole time, holding the babies. Ryan dated my fourth daughter for 5 years. Great man. When I moved to Columbus for about a year, Ryan was there at home, helping my wife, helping everybody. And my son-in-law, Pat, is going to have a baby in 4 weeks, but he got married last year. But these boys manned up all year long, manned up for me. They gained great strength from what you guys, all the prayers we received from everybody. And, last week, 2 Wednesdays ago, we're sitting home, and we had worked hard to understand what John's purpose was in our life. But it was very sad when the Olympics came around, because we said he should be on the ice. He should be here with us. He should be on that team. So it was a rough week for us. And then I said to myself, and I remember I was with Eustace at our gospel reflection, 110 guys every Friday morning. And I said, you know what's interesting, guys? I've come to the conclusion that this is my life. We're a great tight family. We can only get to a certain point. And I said, pure happiness evades us. I got a little bit weak because there's 20 people in my family. And I said, the only way this family will get happy is if each and every one of the 20 of us go to God for strength. We know He's the only solution to getting through our challenges. We all know that. You guys all know that. That's why we're all here, to get stronger today. But I couldn't see how all 20 would go to the Lord. So I said, you know what? This is my life. 3/4 happy. I got weak. It was a moment of weakness for me because I didn't know how this family was going to get happy. But God knew. Man, did He have a plan. See, everything that happened last week was all organic. 2 Wednesdays ago, Meredith got a phone call from the president of NBC saying, Meredith, we want you out here with the kids in the Olympics. She said, right away a text, hey, Dad, hey, family, I just got invited to the Olympics. I said, well, good, we're all going. She said, nah, Dad, you can't go. You got to hold the fort. But Eddie found a way to get there. My daughter Lily got there, and they helped Meredith with the kids. And she took 2 of her kids there. Little Carter couldn't get there. He's 11 months old. Remember, he wasn't even born when we lost John, but he didn't have a passport. Otherwise, Meredith would have had him there too. So there I was. And I said, oh my gosh, we have some excitement here. Well, God knew that God planted that little thought in that NBC executive's mind. And that started the ball rolling. God knew that the USA team would get to the finals against Canada. God knew that John would score that goal in overtime. God knew that it would happen on the 46-year anniversary to the day of the Miracle on Ice. God knew they would win the gold medal on little Johnny Jr.'s 2nd birthday, the exact day. And you want to hear something amazing about that day? When Meredith was going to have the baby, John had a whole bunch of games on the road. So John said to Meredith, let's have the baby on February 22nd. I'll be home, get induced. I need to be there for the delivery. John picked that day. Don't you see how God had this whole thing orchestrated? And when they won the game, the very first thing they did, grabbed John's jersey and skated around the ice. Then they grabbed John's kids, Noah and Johnny, out of the stands. Eddie handed Johnny to Mac and Chuck, and they skated the kids around and put them right there for the photo. God knew that. Now remember, I said a couple weeks ago, I'm sitting there. I had a weak moment. We all have weak moments. I didn't know how I would get happy. Didn't know how my 20-person family would get happy. I lost a little bit of trust. And boy, did I learn that God would never, ever stop working for us. Because when I came home, I was at a wedding in Florida. I landed on the plane, got off the plane, walked to baggage claim. My wife said, Ed, stop, look at the screen. It was right when they won the gold medal, right when they skated John's jersey around, and right when the kids came on the ice. I'm in a bar in the airport crying. The guy next to me says, what's wrong? My wife said, they're my grandkids. The whole bar was, whoa. It was such a beautiful moment. But here's the key. I went home, saw all these people, couple more daughters and grandkids, and I said, hey guys, are we happy? And we all smiled. We said we were happy. First time in 18 months, my family was happy. But remember, 2 weeks prior, I said, how am I going to get this 20-person family happy? Wrong. How is he going to do it? I have to trust him every minute of every day, 100%. I can never back off of my trust. He had a plan. He had his timing. And he knew that game was going to happen. I had to hang in there. What a lesson John's taught me about trust. I'm here today because you said, tell the boys to man up about that message, Ed. And we must trust in the Lord every minute of every day. Trust his timing. He will never quit. He's exhausted working on my family, but he got us there. We wiped him out, but we're there. I felt John descend into my body after that win. I struggled wearing John's hats and jerseys. I struggled. I can't get them off now. He's inside me. He came back down. Love that kid so much. I understand his purpose. John's purpose was to be here today with you, to make you stronger. This kid was amazing, the most humble guy I ever met in my life. He could do anything. He loved you guys. He's with you guys right now. Take him with you wherever you go. Have a great man up. Get strong. Trust the Lord 100,000%. Be patient with his timing. You guys are such leaders. You've made a big move coming here. Enjoy all these speakers. Let them help you build your trust and your love for God and your love for each other. And say some prayers for us. We're strong. Get stronger every day. Johnny was a great man. He's changed the world. This quiet little humble guy has such an impact on the world. And we're all here to benefit, to see it, and to see how God has working for us and for you. Thank you so much.
Eddie Moe, give it up. Eddie Moe and family. We got the whole boys here, Eddie. Guys, Ryan, Pat, Matt, welcome to the rescue mission, boys. Yeah, tell him.
Okay, so John, thank you. So John put this rosary ring on his bag, and we're gonna get all 32, and I have 10 so far. But this rosary ring right here was blessed by Pope Francis and Pope Leo, and this rosary ring goes to the individual who traveled the furthest to come here today. So who traveled the furthest? Throw out some states here.
California, raise your hand.
Mexico City, it could be a
Oh,
winner.
Mexico.
Anybody beat that?
There he is, George Stelbach. George,
Come on, George,
down.
you win.